team service meeting to order. And I would like to turn over the control of our program to our Master of Ceremonies, to our very own past District Governor, inspiring Governor, Mariluco.
Good afternoon, EMGA, Gov June, and to all the members of Zone 10A EMG team. Of course, our Gov June has already called the meeting to order. PD Jillian Don will lead us in our invocation, and this will be followed by the Philippine National Anthem.
Good afternoon to all. Let us bow our head in the presence of our Lord. Our Heavenly Father, we ask you to give us your grace upon this meeting. We ask your blessings to each one of us and those who cannot attend in today's meeting. We also pray, Lord, to the people of Abra, Baguio, but whatever location the earthquake has affected, Lord, may you give them shelter, Lord, protection, strength, Lord, to carry on. As we learn and share our knowledge in our Rotary Foundation with the primary purpose of promoting peace and international understanding through service, we also ask your blessings to enjoy our fellowship one with another. May we grow in knowledge and friendship so that we may be able to give more to our community and country and friends in Rotary, in turn give strength to the ideals of Rotary in the service of mankind. May we always remember that whatever we do and gain is to glorify your name and help the least of our brethren. And it is your will that make all these things possible. We thank you, O Lord, for uniting us in service. All of this we ask in the mighty name of your Son, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiging helas ng silanganan, alam ng puso sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, kuya ka ng magiting, sa mandulupin, di ka pasisigil, sa nagatak tutok sa simoy at sa langit ng bagaw, ay hinatang tudla, kawin sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na naghihingi, ang bituin at araw niya kailan ang may di magtitingin. Luma ng araw ng walhagit pagsinta, mo'y langit sa piling mo. Ang hindi kaya na pagkay magamin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
EMGA, Gov June will give the welcome remarks.
Thank you so much, past District Governor Marilu. I would like to welcome everybody to the first Zone 10A Endowment and Major Gifts Team Service Meeting. As I've already explained, this is the first time that we will be having this kind of team service meeting, not just in our zone, but I guess in the whole world. And I was just informed by my EMGA specialist that this kind of what we're doing now, organizing ourselves as a team, is now considered as a best practice. And according to her, she will recommend that all EMGAs all over the world will also try to have a similar strategy for their term. So personally, I'm happy because, as a team, we can accomplish so many things. And I'm so happy because it's happening right now, and we owe this to your district governors because sila yung who made this possible. When we asked them to give your district a man or a woman, a committed man or woman to serve as district endowment and major gifts chair, I have really no control kung sino yung who will be appointed. And that's why I'm so happy because kayo yung in-appoint, and that really gives us a good team, because of the quality of our members. So we have so many things to do, but let me just assure you, we will not make it difficult. We will just enjoy this assignment of ours, and in the process, we will try to come up with better records siguro for our zone on endowment and major gifts and on directed gifts and as well as bequest society. Ngayon, ang ano ko na lang, mamaya I will explain na sometimes when we go out to our respective districts, they will also look at us and they will try to check if what we're telling them is, if they're going to believe us. Sometimes it's better also to start from us. So we have to really lead by example. I'm not saying that all of us should become AKS or all of us should really donate, become endowment fund. We have our own endowment fund. No, I'm just saying that whenever we go out, we have to really show our concern, our love, our devotion, dedication to the Rotary Foundation by simply becoming a member of the Bequest Society. You don't have to spend anything, and yet you will show your love because it takes a special, it's a difficult decision to do that, to set aside a portion of our estate to our foundation when we are done. So dun pa lang makikita nila na we are really serious and determined and committed. Anyway, it's a voluntary thing. We're not being required, but of course, if you can join us, that will be good because our Rotarians will know this is good because our very own district endowment or our very own EMGA enlisted himself to become one. So this is good. So I would like to welcome everybody. Okay, Mamia, there will be a roll call, so I don't have to mention your name. So let's just enjoy and relax and see what's going to happen for the rest of the meeting. Thank you, Gov. Marilu.
Thank you, Gov. Jun. We are so happy that you are ahead. I know we will really be guided so that we can accomplish the job given to us. May I call past President Yolanda of District 3810 for the roll call of participants?
Gov,
In the absence of
Ebet,
PDG.
Andyan na si Gov Ebet.
Ay, andyan na siya? Okay. May I call PDG Everett Olivan, please?
Good afternoon. So let me acknowledge our participants for afternoon's meeting. We have past District Governor Lyndon C. Diet of District 3850. We have Endowment and Major Gifts Advisor, past District Governor June Parcon. We have past District Governor Marilu Ko. We have past President Carlito Go of 820. We have AKS past President Arnel Mateo of District 3780. And from 3810, we have past President Yolanda De Castro. We also have past District Governor Pete Gutierrez. And our FPS, Ms. Gretchen Logan. and our technical team leader, Past President Jonas Rivera. Thank you.
Thank you. We are so very happy that Gob Jun is our head. He's so very, very passionate in his job. Nakakahawa tuloy. Nahahawa kami sa kanya. No? And really like working with him. And he inspires us. Now he will give us the EMG goals and updates for 2021-2022. Thank you, Gob Jun.
Okay, thank you, Gob Marilu. Okay, so let me do this by sharing a PowerPoint which I prepared. Can you see the slides? Okay, thank
Yes,
you
boss.
again, Gob Marilu. And thank you for your kind words. Alam mo, favorite ko si Gob Marilu.
Naku,
Aming
thank
district.
you.
Well, kasi sa aming district, konti lang yung mga talagang committed and dedicated mga past district governors for the Rotary Foundation. At si Gob Marilu, a member of the Arts Club Society, at ang kanyang husband na si PDG Tonico. Isa sila doon sa mga committed and dedicated Rotarians namin for the Rotary Foundation.
Thank you.
Okay.
Po.
What I will do, actually I discussed some of this during our training, but I made a separate presentation just to give you updates at saka yung goals. Binaligtad ko, instead of goals ang mauna, I want us to go back first to history, kung ano yung nangyari before our term. Hoping that we will have a better understanding, ano ba talaga itong endowment fund and major gifts. So I want you to look at the figures, okay? So ang tawag ko dyan, before we can even go to the future, we must first visit the past, di ba? But of course, yung team natin, by the way, itong poster na to, that this was prepared by PP Jonas, Global President Jonas Rivera. And ang daming natuwa. Actually, I shared this to the EMGA specialist, the one handling all EMGAs all over the world, based in Evanston. And sabi niya, this is really a work of love to be able to gather all of this to have this poster for your team. So ako naman I'm really happy na we have this and ina-appreciate naman. So I hope you will share this poster to your respective districts. Ipagyabang natin na ito ang aming EMG team. Okay? So again, ang sabi ko, before we can connect to the future, we must first visit the past. Ito yung ano ba yung nangyari sa Zone 10A Philippines. Okay? For better viewing, you can click on the minimize yung picture para makita niyo yung whole figures. Whole figures. Okay? So this is Rotary year 2016 up to 2019. And as you can see, at that time, ang total giving natin is 11,700,000 plus. Okay, 11,700,000 plus. That's for 3 years. But look at endowment. Just to give you an idea, in the past, it's not really that popular. You know why? Because there was not even a single year in those 3 years that we reached $50,000. In fact, our total for 3 years na to ang total natin is 73,375. Now, what happened after this? Then, pumasok na si EMGA Jestic daw. So, EMGA Jestic daw served for 2019 up to 2022. So, tignan naman natin kung ano nangyari noong 2019 up to 2022. Okay? So, I serve as RRFC si Gov Jess naman as EMGA. So for 3 years in 2019, 2022, ano? So 2019-20 is the champion year. 2020-21 is transforming year, and 21-22 is the life-changing year. For 3 years, we were able to hit all-time high. All-time high total giving natin is $15.5 million. And I'm so happy because for those 3 years, we broke the 5 million mark. Okay? Naalala nyo yung dati, 3 million, 3 million, and 4. Itong last 3 years natin, it's consistent tayo. Lahat above 5 million. But look at endowment. Kaya ito yung sinasabi ko, na nung dati hindi popular, but ngayon, natanim na yung, the one before us already planted the seeds and laid the foundation for the endowment. So naging, na siya. In 3 years, di ba kanina sabi ko, there was not even a year that we had 50,000. And ang total natin is 73,000 in 3 years. But look at the performance in 2019 up to 2022. It's $1.4 million. And the highest was during the transforming year, 2020-21 at $700,000. So, yeah. So, now let's go to major gifts. So, yun yung endowment. On major gifts, ano ba itong major gifts? Okay? Just to give you an idea, it's an outright cash or pledge amounting to $10,000 or more. So, ibig sabihin, hanggang AKS Trustee Circle, which is 250, hanggang Chair Circle, 500, and Foundation Circle, 1 million. And then we have also gifts in the form of securities, life insurance, buy a once estate, and designation in your retirement plan. Okay, so lahat yan, kasama yan sa major gifts. But the more popular will be the outright cash. Outright cash. Okay? So ano ba yung history for the last 3 years? I'm sorry, we don't have history in 2016 up to 2019, but we do have 2019 up to 2022. Okay? So ito yung history niya. Ano ba ang significance ng major gifts? Alam nyo, as we all know, there are about 30,000 Rotarians all over the Philippines. Okay? So out of 30,000 Rotarians, on the average, 12,000 Rotarians give to the Rotary Foundation. On the average, sometimes we have 13,000, sometimes we have 11. So on the average, we have 12,000 Rotarians giving to the Rotary Foundation. What will be the significance of outright major gifts? These are the Rotarians who gave $10,000 or more. And on the average, every year, they're not plenty. It's just about 58 of them on the average. So there are 57, 53, and then 66. Total of 172 divided by 3, it's 58 Rotarians lang on the average. But look at their contribution. Yung value ng binigay nila for 3 years amounted to $5 million. Out of a total giving of 15.5 million, ang contribution nila sa total giving, these individuals account for 32.2%. So yun yung ating trabaho, to look for these individuals who will, I call them the really generous, the blessed, super blessed individuals who are in a position to be considered as a major gift contributor every year. Ang kagandahan lang dito, Gretchen will be helping us with the data, and Gretchen will be telling us sino yung pwede na mag-level 2, mag-level 3, and in the process would become a major gift contributor. And of course, ang target pa rin natin, ang number 1 target pa rin natin, who among our Rotarians would become an AKS. And mamaya magre-report si Gretchen. Okay? So, meron bang relationship yung major gifts dun sa total giving? Yes, of course. I always tell this to our governors, to our DRFCs. Now, I'm sharing this to you, to our EMG chairs. Look at major gifts. No? So, ito, champion year 2019-2020. Ang total niya, 57. Would you believe the one that got the highest number ng major gifts is also the district that was declared as the TRF champion of the year? So, sino yun? District 3800. Yung district namin ni Gob Marilu, ni PP Jonas. Okay? Because ang highest major gifts nun, 15. And look at our total giving. We broke the record of our district with 1,038,000 US dollars. Okay? So, you might say, baka naman coincidence lang yan. Na yung kung sino yung pinakamaraming major gifts, siya rin yung TRF champion. So, let's go to the following year. The following year is June 2020-2021. Okay? Ano nangyari? So, this is the performance. Look at major gifts. Again, we have 53 of them. And during that year, the highest district or the district with the highest major gifts is 3860. And they were also declared as the TRF champion, District 3860. So for 2 years, we learned that among those who had the biggest number of major gifts contributors, they also were declared, the districts were declared as the TRF champion. Now, itong katatapos lang na taon, 2021-2022, the life-changing year. Okay? So, ito yung statistics. Ang major gifts natin, 66 all in all for 1 year. And again, let me direct you to the biggest number of major gifts contributor. District 3860. And just like the previous 2 years, sila rin ang TRF champion with a total giving of 898,468. So far, what I can share with you is this. Districts which have the highest number of major gifts contributors, there's a possibility. I'm not saying this is going to happen this year or in the years to come, but there's a possibility that they will become the TRF champion. So, ganun ka-important itong major gifts. They paved the way to, we can see a glimpse kung ano mangyayari at the end of the year on total giving. Mas marami, mas malaki ang chance na maging TRF champion. So, yun yung ating role ngayon, to really seek out all our Rotarians who will be in a position to become major gifts contributors. Okay? So let's go back to endowment. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng endowment? I'm sure you have learned about this during our training. Yung principal niya, hindi ginagastos. Ang bumabalik sa ating district or to the Rotary Foundation na ginagastos, yun lang yung spendable earnings. So dito, since the principal will not be spent, they will be invested. Ang ano natin dito is forever. So the foundation can be assured of funds that can be used in the future. Hindi mauubos at hindi mawawala because only the earnings will be spent. Okay. So anong history ng ating Zone 10A? For the last 3 years on endowment. Again, I can only present statistics on this. Do you know that there's also a relationship? There's also a relationship ng endowment fund doon sa total giving. So, on the average, endowment fund account for 9.33% of the total giving for the last 3 years. So, sometimes merong mataas, 13%, merong 4, merong 10. Hopefully, we will maintain that 10% man lang ng total giving natin would come from endowment fund. Ito yung record last year. On endowment fund, it's 520,962. Ako mahilig ako doon mag-relate. Would you believe na yung pinakamalaking endowment fund, which is 3860, andito na ba si BG and Caroline? Kasi yan yung district niya eh. District 3860. They have also the biggest total giving. So it contributes. It contributes. Sa atin kasi, we declared the district which has the highest or the biggest total giving amount as the TRF champion of the year. So there will be an awarding, and District 3860 will be given that honor, TRF champion. So may relationship, endowment and major gifts. Kaya we really have to really work on this. Okay, and 898,000 ang highest. Okay, so ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na I hope you will join us. Meron ng nag-agree, and I hope you will also agree. Bequest Society. It is just a commitment. Walang gastos to, Goblin doon. You don't have to pay anything, but it also shows your love. Ako, when I donate, it's really, yun yung talagang outright, di ba? Outright expression of your love. Ito naman, it is also an outright expression, but you don't pay anything yet. You don't pay anything yet. Okay, anong gagawin natin? So simple. Ako nga, nasyak ako. Ganito na pala kasimple ito. All you have to do is fill up this form. It's a brochure. Okay, it's a brochure. I shared this in our chat group. Andali, it's a rewritable PDF. So, tinatype lang siya. And then, once you fill this up, you will just sign. Pag napirmahan mo ito, bibigay mo lang doon sa EMG chair. Halimbawa, example, sa District 3800, si Gob Marilu. So, siya ang EMG chair. Yung mga ka-district ko, ibibigay lang niya ito kay Gob Marilu. And then, si Gob Marilu, ipaparnish lang ako at saka si Gretchen. And then, that becomes official already once submitted. Okay? Now, if you, meron level yan. Level 1 is $10,000. Level 2 is $25,000. For level 1, meron kang pin and an artwork. But for level 2, in addition to the artwork na you can frame at saka pin, you will also receive a beautiful crystal. Ayan. Ito yung crystal. Yung sa kaliwa. Yan yung, just like a major donor, by the way. And kung ikaw ay 25,000 ang entry level mo, you will also have a testamentary endowed testamentary gift agreement signed by Eric Smerling of the Rotary Foundation. So, in addition to the brochure, magkakaroon ka rin ng ganito as proof na you are a Bequest Society member. But this is only applicable for level 2. So, that's why I choose level 2 para meron ako remembrance. And is it required that you ask your spouse to sign? No. Only you. And this can already be processed by the Rotary Foundation. Okay, kanina sabi natin, di ba, major gifts outright. On the right side are the pins that will be given to you. Major gifts outright, okay? And then the column beside major gifts will be the Bequest Society. As you can see, they come in levels. Pareho lang. Level 1 is 10,000 for both. Level 2 is 25,000 for both. Level 3 is 50,000 for both. Okay? Of course, pagdating sa major gifts, AKS na pagdating ng 250,000. Pero sa Bequest Society, which until now we still do not have, ang hinahanap pa rin natin yung level 7. That's the highest. And you will now be called or be part of the Legacy Society. Legacy Society. $1 million. Okay. $1 million. Pero ako hanggang level 2, which I already submitted to Gretchen, level 2. Kasi siyempre depende rin sa capability ng tao. Okay, ito naman yung susunod, di ba? You'll be surprised. Okay, look at your district. Nasaan yung district mo dyan? Okay. All over the Philippines, there are only 44 members of the Bequest Society. That's why I would like to honor 3810. Because they have the biggest number. I just don't know, past, present, Yoli, how come in the past, napakarami. But I guess it's because 3810 is the mother of all districts. I mean, Rotary in the Philippines started in 3810 because of Rotary Club of Manila. Baka naman kaya sila yung pinakamarami kasi sila yung history is with them. Kasi sila yung mga nauna, and most of those who supported the foundation through the Bequest Society nanggaling sa mga clubs from 3810. But we're looking for the first Bequest Society members from 3820. Si Ebet tumayag na. Ebet, di ba? Ebet. Si Aboy, di ba? Aboy, mag-Bequest Society tayo. 3850 Goblin Don. We still don't have one. So I hope you will join us. 3860, 3870, 3800, meron na kami. Gob Marilu, you know who is that person? Gob Mac Hermoso. And he joined Bequest Society at level 3 at $50,000. Ang kanya, hindi siya will. Ang kanya is life insurance. Inassign niya yung life insurance na $50,000 to the Rotary Foundation. So, but it works the same way. If it's a will, it's payable upon death. If it's a life insurance, it's also payable upon death. Walang cash walang cash outlay pa rin. So I think that's the last is our goal, okay? Ang goal. Itong goal na to came not from us, it came from the district. So lahat nung 10 districts submitted their TRF goals, and included will be the endowment fund. Ito ang ating goals. Okay? And if you can see the goals, like kanina pinag-uusapan namin ni Past President Yoli ng 3810. Yung goal nila for 1 year, $50,000. Parang sa first month of July pa lang, nakuha na nila yung goal nila. Di ba? And as you can see, there are some districts na less than 25,000 ang nakalagay ng goal. Ano? But of course, they're just being conservative. And I guess that's true to other districts as well. Goals are just meant to be achieved and to be surpassed. So I'm confident that 330,000 is a very modest and conservative goal. Kasi in the past, in the last 3 years, the highest we had was 700,000 and the lowest was 200,000. So on the average, I think we can achieve this. And besides, mamaya magbibigay na sa atin ng update si Gretchen on how we are doing on endowment fund for the month of July. Hindi pa naman tapos yung July. Okay? I think that's all. And kung meron kayong questions, mamaya, we will be having a panel discussion. Gretchen and I invited past EMGA Jesnik daw to join us. But he has a meeting. He promised to catch up kasi baka may mahirap na tanong, siya sana ang sasagot. Okay, back to you, Gob Marilu.
Mute. Unmute.
Naka-mute ka pa.
Wala pa rin.
Okay. Thank you, Gob Jun, for this valuable information that you have shared with us. I know this will really inspire us to work harder. Ay, ang dami kong natutunan ngayon, ang daming mga bago talagang nakita ko At saka nakita natin there are so many generous Rotarians, no? I hope you'll be able to match their generosity. Kasi Gob Jun nagano na rin So we might follow you, Gob Jun. At saka tingin ko hindi tayo mahihirapan with you as our leader. Thank you.
Marilu.
Hello.
Ayan, ayun na pala.
Oh, nako.
Okay.
Hi everyone. Good afternoon. It's
Afternoon.
good to see everyone. All right. For today, it gives me great happiness talaga to share with you our endowment and major gift updates for the month of July. Alam nyo, true to form of our Zone 10A, we really always start off the Rotary year strong. And this is very much apparent in the results that we have already gotten. So without further ado, let me share my screen and my presentation. Ay, shared window is closed now, PP Jonas.
Everyone should be able to share.
Ayan. Can you see my screen?
It's still in the edit mode, not yet in the presentation mode. Okay, now it's in presentation mode.
Okay, so this is my cover slide. Ang cover slide ko, this is actually the Arch Clump Society Hall in our One Rotary Center in Evanston. And I'd like to always, as always, take this opportunity to thank our current AKS members who are with us today. So of course, we have past District Governor Mariluco from 3800, past District Governor Evet Olivan from 3820, and past President Arnel Mateo from 3780. Thank you very much for being part of our Arch Clump Society. Kung hindi pa po kayo nakakapunta sa One Rotary Center, go there. You will find your photos dun sa gilid. And then yung parang screen dyan, remember I asked for a bios from all of you. You will be able to see all of that inside of One Rotary Center. So for everyone else, please, if you have the chance, please visit our Arch Clump Society Hall in One Rotary Center in Evanston. Okay, from that, I am very happy to share that we have, as of July, we already have 2 Arch Clump Society members from Zone 10A. These are Ambassador Boy Mercado from District 3820, and mainit-init pa as of yesterday, we have other AKSs, District Governor Joyce Ambre and President Hermie Esguerra from District 3810. So that was as of yesterday. So breaking news tayo. Very happy to announce na dalawa na po ang ating AKS. What makes this special? Last Rotary year, dalawa lang ang AKS natin. And for this Rotary year, it's just July, we have already matched our AKS count from last year. And at the moment, EMGA, June and I are actively working on 3 more AKS leads that are expected to be finalized by the month of August. So yun, it's an exciting year for endowment and major gifts, and very happy to be working on that together with all of you. On the left part of the screen is actually the signing ceremony that we had, the AKS signing ceremony that we have with Ambassador Boy Mercado. We all went to the club induction of Rotary Club of Lipa, together with District Governor Gina, past District Governor Evet, and RFC Penny. So it was a very good occasion, and it was a really good way to mark their induction. So in case you are also looking at having ceremonial AKS signing ceremonies, we will be very much happy happy to go there and happy to thank your potential AKS donors in person. All right. Jumping off from that, I would like to share with you how our major gift pledge agreement look like. Some of our AKS members have chosen to become AKS via pledge. Ano ibig sabihin nito? Via installment basis. And for our AKS members, we are extending the terms up to 3 years. But in this case, but for other major gift agreements of $10,000 and up, it's for 3 Rotary years. So I just wanted to take the opportunity to show everyone what the major gift pledge agreement form looks like. So it's very straightforward. The total amount pledged is there, and then the breakdown per Rotary year is there. Now, the best practice is that equal amounts po dapat for each Rotary year. So, year 1, year 2, and year 3.
Gretchen, wala pa siyang wala pang nakashow na slide.
Ay, wala.
Hindi nag-move.
Ay, kainis. Sige, ano ko na lang. I will show the actual screen, the actual file. Wait lang. Hindi nag-loop. Kainis naman. Okay. Okay. But as I was saying, wait lang. Wait. Yeah. Kita na? Hindi pa?
Hindi pa.
Not yet. Okay. All right. Kita?
Yan.
Okay. All right. Sorry for that. So this is how the major gift pledge agreement looks like. I think I also mentioned this during our training, but we are opening up this opportunity for major gifts of $10,000 and up. However, for our AKS members, this is the years is extended up to 5 Rotary years. So this is how the major gift pledge agreement looks like. It's very straightforward. You have the donor information there and the pledge information here. Now, the pledge information contains obviously the total amount to be pledged and then the breakdown for each Rotary year. Now, the breakdown always has to be equal. So, hindi pwede, let's say magpe-pledge ka ng $12,000. Hindi pwede na yung nakasulat sa gift agreement, $10,000 during year 1 and then tag $1,000 for the succeeding year. We cannot do that. However, in practice, the first year always has to be equal to or greater than. So, for whatever reason, if you want to give a higher amount pledge during the first year or during any other year, that's fine, as long as inside of the paperwork, it's written na equal across 3 Rotary years. So that's clear. Another segment I want to draw your attention to is undesignated. This is what I always recommend, unless sure ka na what fund you would like to direct your pledge to. An undesignated pledge, that means that towards any fund, regardless of whether you give to the annual fund, to polio, or to the endowment, all of these will be counted towards your pledge. So there. So you just have to sign this document, and then you also have the option for the gift to remain anonymous. just please let us know if that is your preference. So there, this is how the major gift pledge agreement looks like. Now, you will already get the recognition upon two conditions: upon signing of this agreement, and then pakibalik po sa akin ang agreement na to, and the payment of the first year installment. So if you already fulfill those two conditions, then you will already be given the recognition. And that recognition can be an AKS recognition or a major donor recognition. There. Okay. I'll go back to my presentation. All right. Next. Named endowed funds. Again, we are starting the year strong. As of yesterday, we already have 5 confirmed named endowed funds. These are the Hector C. Almario and Angela B. Almario Endowment Fund from District 3860. We also have the Dr. Ismael M. Mercado and Dr. Nella O. Mercado Endowment Fund from District 3810. We also, another endowment fund from District 3810, the Herminio Esguerra and Joyce Michelle Socorro Loyola Ambre Endowment Fund. And from District 3800, from our very own EMGA June Farcon, who is, through this, is really showing leadership by example. He has set up the EMGA Virgilio June Farcon Jr. and Zenaida Farcon Endowment Fund. And another endowment fund from District 3800, the Rotary Club of Metro Valenzuela Endowment Fund. All of the 5 endowment funds have been directed to endowment fund share. This means that all of the spendable earnings of all of these 5 funds will go back to their district. As you know, a $25,000 gift made to the endowment can yield approximately $1,000 in spendable earnings for Rotary programs every year. So, ano talaga siya? I'm always asked what my quote-unquote favorite fund from the foundation is, and actually because of this, it really is the endowment fund, because, well, your district can really earn. So, there. Paperwork. Sana mag-show siya. Can you see my screen? Yes? Hindi.
It's still the named endowed funds.
Kainis.
Hindi nag-loop. Wala yung loop.
Wala yung loop. Okay, sorry for that. Let me look for my file again. Sample. Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. Can you see it na? All right. So this is a sample endowed gift agreement. So again, it's a very, very straightforward document that you have to sign. Why are we being very strict about the paperwork? Because if we do not have the paperwork, it will default. Aaminin ko na, it will default to annual fund share. So please protect your choice. You wanted to set up your own endowed fund, and ito lang po yung katibayan for the foundation that you are really allocating this much money towards the endowment fund or towards a directed gift agreement. So Yon. So we really have to get this back. Yung best practice natin is that up until I get this signed endowed gift agreement, I will have your $25,000 floated. Kasi ang hirap po nating mabalik. Ang hirap natin siyang ma-set aside. Think of it as the moment that you set up your own endowment fund, we are setting up a separate bank account for you. So, yun, help protect your separate bank account, and please do comply with the paperwork for this. Another key component, especially since yung nagagamit talaga dito sa Pilipinas is through the share system, endowment fund share. The endowed gift agreement indicates where the Rotary, to what Rotary district the spendable earnings will go to. So again, help us to protect your wishes, protect your choice for the earnings of that particular endowment fund to go back to your district. Yun lang, pakibalik sa akin yung paperwork for us to be able to finalize. Otherwise, it will default to, even if you have indicated that you want to set up an endowment fund, if we don't have an endowment fund, if we don't have this form, that will default to annual fund share. Yan. Okay. Back here. For directed gifts, so we already have our tatlong Arch Clump Society members, and then 5 named endowed funds. For directed gifts, we have finalized 1. And we have finalized a substantial directed gift towards the disease prevention and treatment area of focus, which is worth $50,000, again from District Governor Joyce Ambre and President Hernia Esguerra. At the moment, we are actively working on 3 directed gifts under the WASH area of focus. So for this, we are working closely together and collaborating with our WASH MGI member, Evet Olivan. Directed gifts. Di na naman makikita yung paperwork, but this is a sample gift agreement for a directed gift. Okay. Sample play. Hindi ko makita ang aking sample gift agreement. Sample directed gift. Wait lang. Okay, here we go. This is a sample directed gift agreement. Again, it is very similar to the format is very similar to the named endowed gift agreement. What is special about this is that I highlighted the part. It indicates the particular area of focus that you are choosing and the implementing club, or if you indicated an implementing Rotary club. Kasi for a directed gift of at least $30,000, you can already specify the area of focus as well as the implementing district. Now, a short backstory about the DPP, directed gift of DG Joyce. SDG George called me up to ask about the possibility of DG Joyce depositing payment for a global grant. However, the global grant has not yet been approved, and they do not know if the global grant will be approved, but DG Joyce really wants to allocate this much amount towards a global grant. So, kasi gusto niya na magamit yung contribution, at least part of her contribution, during her Rotary year. So this was why we gave the directed gift option to DG Joyce and Press Hermie. Because a directed gift, you can actually use it during your year. It's actually encouraged that you use it during your year or during the next Rotary year. So that was why we came up with that option for DJ Joyce. So there. Okay. Okay. And this is what I was saying earlier. For a minimum gift of $30,000, you can fund one or more global grants with a district and or club specified. So yeah. Now we move on to major gifts. Very happy to share that as of July, as of yesterday, we have finalized 5 major gifts already. So the first one is from Ambassador Boy Mercado. Again, our first AKS from this Rotary year, who has generously given $63,100 directed towards annual fund share. We also have Dr. Ismael Mercado, who has given $25,000 to set up his own named endowed fund. And yes, he is from 3810. And then we have received several major gifts from DG Joyce Ambre and President Hermie Esguerra. 25, they have directed 25,000 towards Polio Plus. Another 25,000 to set up their own named endowed fund. And as mentioned earlier, they have given $50,000 to set up a directed gift towards the disease prevention and treatment area of focus. And then we also have 2 major gifts from District 3800. We have past District Governor Mac Hermoso, who has given $10,000 to Polio Plus, and past President Cheryl Kosiking, who has given $10,000 towards annual fund share. Please note that not all of the major gifts are reflected just yet. So I am sure that all of you have might ask later, bakit wala yung binigay ni President ganito or ni ganito? Not all of the contributions have been reflected just yet. So yeah.
Gretchen.
Yes po.
Si past President Cheryl is the daughter of Gov.
PDG.
Marilu.
Yes.
Yan.
Thank you.
Mana-mana lang yan, mana-mana.
Thank you.
Okay. In terms of new major donors, like I said, we are starting the year strong. We already have 13 new major donors. We have 3 who have reached major donor level 2. That's President Hector Almario from District 3860. We have Presidents Noel and Vil Maquico from District 3800. And our very own RRSC Penny and President Joan Policarpio from District 3780. We have also a number who have reached major level 1 distinction. That's Ernie Bagao from District 3770, past District Governor John Alonzo from District 3770, President Jing Pernes from 3820, Floreto Solano from District 3820. May utang na ako kay Gov. Evet ng mga major donor crystals. And then we also have Moses Lalwani from District 3770, Paul Simon Francisco from District 3800, si Teacher Joy Fier from District 3820, Eileen Dimson from District 3800, Reynaldo Casas from District 3830, and we have one anonymous donor from 3800. Bakit ko sinama si anonymous donor? Just to share, you actually have the options to mark your gift as anonymous. This means that your gift will not be reflected in any of the recognition reports. What are the recognition reports? Ito yung major donor Arch Clump Society reports. It will also not be reflected inside of your CRS. However, the giving of this anonymous donor is counted towards your total district giving, total club giving, and individual giving. So, meron tayong option na ganun. So, yun. Lastly, for our Bequest Society, we have our Pioneer Bequest Society member for this Rotary year. We have, of course, our EMGA June Parcon, who has just been part of our Bequest Society as Bequest Society Level 2. And as he mentioned, it's a very straightforward commitment. You just have to fill up this brochure. Yung yung input is if you can please direct your Bequest Society commitment to share, so that by taking share, the earnings of your future donation will return to your district as BDF forever. So para rin siyang named endowed fund, but this is again in the future. Now, I'm always cautioned that what will happen if a Rotarian does not fulfill his commitment to the Bequest Society. Wala rin akong magagawa. But again, as Rotarians are always men and women of honor and commitment, please do, the moment that you fill up this brochure, it is actually already counted in our 2025 by 2025 projections. So think, while it is very easy to do, please think twice about it, and then please think of it also as a binding commitment towards our foundation. So yun. But again, we really encourage everyone, as EMGA June mentioned, 44 pa lang ang Bequest Society members natin from the Philippines, and this is one category which we are really looking to grow. So there, that's it for me. So if you have any questions, kung merong mga major gifts or major gift elevators or level up major donors that were not included in my list, let us know. So there, thank you. And again, on behalf of RISPO and everyone else from the foundation, thank you always for starting the year strong, starting the year right, and for really setting a really admirable example to the rest of the Rotary world. Actually, I also shared our EMG team structure to our fundraising director, and he agreed that this is really something that he hopes will be replicated in all of the Rotary regions. So yeah, thank you very much.
Gretch.
Yes.
Right. Doon sa slide mo, I think yung isang major donor level 1 from 3770, nakalagay doon kasi Moises Lalwani. Moises, I think he's not, the correct name is Mohan Lalwani.
Dalawa sila.
Dalawa silang Lalwani.
Dalawa silang Lalwani. Yes,
I thought kasi yung
dalawa
ating
sila.
major gifts chair
Yes,
from 3770, ang name is Mohan
yes,
Lalwani. So
yes,
there's a
dalawa.
Moises and there's a
Yes,
Mohan.
yes,
Brothers?
yes.
Okay. Okay. I know Mohan already became donor, major donor level 1 last year. So I was just thinking, baka na-carry over bago Moises. Okay,
Bago,
good.
yes.
Okay. We still have to meet Mohan. Pero I've been hearing good things about Mohan. Okay, back to you, Go Marilu.
Oh, thank you, Gretchen, for your presentation. Ang galing ah. Ang daming
Ang
natutunan.
dami.
Marami. We're so happy that many of our Rotarians in the Philippines are supporting more the Rotary Foundation to the major gift. I know with DMGA GovJune, we will have more endowment funds and major gifts, especially that he has formally organized our group. First in the Philippines. Di ba, GovJune?
Yeah, and in the world, Gob, in the world.
Ay, in the world,
Also.
hindi lang pala Philippines.
In the Philippines and the world. Yeah.
Oo. Kasi dati hindi naman tayo ganito ka-organize eh. Kaya ginaganahan kami lalo. As has been said, this is the first time. So we're so very happy. There might be some questions for Miss Gretchen.
Okay. Jonas, iyan mo na panel discussion.
Okay po. Okay po.
GovJune, kasunod na yan yung classmate ko, si Lindon.
Si Lindon, may tanong yan. I'm sure.
Hindi, kasunod na siyang mag-AKS.
AKS. Because ako, hindi ako AKS.
Ay, hindi po
Tama lang.
GovJune, ang sinasabi ko, kasunod na si Gov Lindon na hindi ikaw GovJune, si Gov Lindon.
Si Gov Lindon susunod. Inubo. Gov Lindon, nakamute ka.
So I'm the first one to ask question.
Yeah, sure. Gov, kung meron ka question.
Yung directed gift, I noticed there's no mention of international partner, no? Is that correct? So when you have directed gift, no need of international partner. And it's 100% approved as long as?
It's not 100%. It will fund unapproved global grant.
So it has to conform to a global grant. But kung hindi man nila i-approve, you just have to change it in a way that it will conform to a global grant. Parang ganon.
Hindi. Okay, ganito. Sa directed gift, kailangan siya, Gov. If you already have a global grant in mind, or you already have an approved global grant, para kasi siyang, it's actually very similar to flow through.
Mm-hmm.
Yun lang yung, yes, yung lang siya. Yung difference lang talaga ni directed gift is it's recommended to be used up to within 2 Rotary years. That's the recommendation. However, if it's not used up within 2 Rotary years, naka-earmark pa rin siya para sa inyo. So,
okay.
So walang prescription?
Wala.
So ang procedure is, kasi you cannot process a global grant without an international partner online. I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong. Kasi pag wala kang international partner, parang hindi ka yata maka-process ng global grant application, di ba?
Hindi siya magiging submitted
even in the draft mode, you still need to put in your international partner. So how is it that? Is it a different system if you have a directed gift?
Itatag mo lang siya. Diba dun sa form, itatag mo na siya. So yun na siya. Parang parang yung unique na ID of the directed gift, you just tag it for that particular global grant. So yun.
But you still have to fill it out online pa rin.
Yes. Hindi siya, okay. A directed gift is not a prerequisite for an approved grant.
Correct.
Yun. And it will not make your grant approved. So, yun.
Para siya gob na cash contribution na advance.
Yeah.
There's still no global grant, and yet you already deposited with TRF the cash contribution component of that global grant. So it's not subject to match, hindi siya mina-match, so it doesn't enjoy match, but it can fund a global grant.
Okay. So I have 3 questions. So is it okay if I could go through? Okay. You have mentioned also that almost everything that you give can be a combination, major gift, a combination of many things except for bequest, correct ba? So meaning, kasi tinignan ko yung kina Joyce Ambre at kay Pipi, nakita ko, many combination, no? Except bequest. Yun lang, totally separate. Kasi walang money yung bequest, no?
Wala.
Correct.
And then last things last, just to clarify, you mentioned also that on paper, the staggered amount has to be equal, but in practice you can forgo with that equal amount, correct?
Yes, basta Gov, yung request ko lang is during the first year, it has to be equal to or greater than the pledged amount.
Minimum pledged amount.
Yes.
So for example lang, kung may 10,000 na pledge, so magbigay siya ng 5,000, no problem. Kasi
Yes.
it's
Greater.
Yes.
Mahala na $1,000 ang bilay.
Yes.
Okay. That's all my question. Thank you.
Thank you po.
I think si Arnel also raised his hand.
Yes, good afternoon. Medyo mahina yung internet ko. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yep. Medyo lang. Pero we can hear you. Sige. Maski video off ka para mas mag-improve.
Yes, oo. Yung sa, di ba, nabanggit natin during last meeting na wala tayong top
Okay.
up. No?
And top up. Yung, okay, Gretchen, go.
Okay.
Medyo, nag-choppy.
Okay. Actually very happy that we have this opportunity dahil as of this morning, okay, ganito na yung policy. For your own named endowed fund, you can already top it up.
Huh?
Yes.
Bago.
But ikaw lang. Hindi pwede yung ibang tao. So, yon. So, halimbawa, for your named endowed fund, GovJune, you can choose to top it up already.
In the future.
Yes. Your own. So, you can choose to add to your own.
Okay.
Ikaw lang, the donor or the spouse.
Okay.
However, other people cannot add to that particular fund. But let's say for a pooled endowed fund, similar to yung sa Rotary Club of Metro Valenzuela, where they have a number of Rotarians that can accept additional top-up contributions from different people. So, yun.
I see. Okay. Thank you, Gretchen. So, ibig sabihin, yung halimbawa yung sa amin ni Sarah, yung endowment fund namin, pwede na lang namin siyang dagdagan.
Yes.
Kasi initially we thought na kung magkakaroon kami na another endowment fund, papangalan na lang namin sa club namin kung hindi pwedeng top up.
Pwede na po.
Okay. Sige. Tapos paano pala yung system ng counting sa major donor? Kasi I think like si Vilma Cuico is also from 3780. So considered naman yun, no? May points din na mapupunta sa 3780.
Yes.
Dapat siguro, Gretchen, you also indicate na 3,800, 3,780 para makakala sa amin lang si dalawa. So it's different in the case of Hermie and Gov Joyce, di ba? From one district sila. So combine. Well, pero ito kasi 2 districts, pwede rin i-combine.
I see. Okay. Sige. Thank you for the clarification.
Welcome po.
Okay, Gretchen. How about yung una kong tanong during our training? Kung pwedeng i-top up an existing endowment fund share created before this year.
Pwede.
Pwede? Alimbawa,
Pwede.
1994.
Kanino to?
Kay Benigno Ricaport.
Okay.
11,000 lang kasi.
Yun nga eh.
Gusto niya gawing 25.
I will
check.
Dapat wala eh. Dapat, I mean, I see no pushback. But let me confirm with that.
I think it should be allowed. It should be allowed.
I think it should be allowed eh.
Para hindi na siya mag-create ng bago. Hindi sila otherwise, ang gagawin niya, mag-create pa siya ng bago, which is, meron na kasi siya eh.
Oo.
And may value na yung gift.
Correct.
Diba?
Correct.
Nag-accumulate na. Kasi yung iba, kung i-allow natin ngayon, we might as well give this retroactive application for existing endowment fund share. Even as early as 1994.
Let me
Pakiano mo yon para if it's a go, we will inform PDG Benny Ricaport.
Okay. Sige po.
Gov Marilu, si Gov Ebet nagtataas ng kamay.
Sino?
Gov Ebet.
Gov Ebet.
Okay, question. Gov. Kakaprint ko lang nung request society form na.
Yes.
Yan. Submit mo na. Si Aboy.
It says here, one of the most popular ways to include Rotary in an estate plan is through a will or
request. Testamentary.
Whichever method works best for you. Diba? The Rotary Foundation, Rotary International, unless one of the following name applies in the region where you live. So ibig sabihin, if you do this, let's say you're from Canada, then it will apply to Rotary Foundation of Canada. Tama? Or India, or Japan, or UK.
Yes.
So if the Rotary Foundation of the Philippines pushes through,
ano na yun?
Ang magiging beneficiary ba is Rotary Foundation of the Philippines?
Either. Yes.
At this time, either. Kasi
yes.
we still have not gotten tax exemption for the Philippine Rotary Foundation. So it's still the Rotary Foundation of Rotary International.
Yes, but eventually, let's say, magti-take effect naman ito when you pass on. So when you pass on, ang PRS Philippines, magiging beneficiary. Tama ba?
Alam mo, kagaya sa atin, matagal pa naman tayo dito sa mundong ito. So I'm sure aabutan natin yung Philippine Rotary Foundation na yan.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Goblindon, nagpipill up ka na ba, Goblindon?
Pang AKS na yan.
Mas marami akong tanong kaysa fill up. Pwede magtanong pa pala, isa nakalimutan ko ito. I think this was discussed last time. I think you mentioned yung staggered payment only for couples, no? Pag group, hindi pwede.
An endowment fund. Yes.
Endowment fund, di ba? Correct.
Yes.
That's still true, di ba?
Yes.
So, my question is, the couple has to be a couple, or it could be two Rotarians are just friends who wants to establish an endowment fund. Dalawa sila. Pwede. Tapos mag-stagger na sila. Kasi ang mention mo, couple lang eh. Hindi pwede. Has to
So,
be couple. Has to be a couple.
Yata, di ba?
so kailangan couple pag two persons.
Kailangan linked yung accounts nila actually.
Hindi pwedeng kaibigan na gusto, tayong dalawa, mag-set up tayo ng isang endowment fund. Hindi pwede.
Kasi that will already qualify as a pooled
Pool.
endowed fund. Oo.
Kahit
Yun na
dalawa
yung,
sila.
yes, yun na yung classification niya. So, yun. Pero kung linked kasi yung accounts nila, then their accounts are practically seen as one inside of our system. So, yun. So, kahit na dalawa yung signatory. So, yun.
Which is for couples. No?
Yes. Basta linked yung accounts.
Okay. That's all my question. Next.
Tingin ko si Goblin doon, susunod na yan. Very, very honest. Pero kasunod na yan. Di ba, Goblin doon?
Mahilig lang ako magtanong. Isip ako. Mabuti na yung may alam tayo. Kasi pag tinatanong tayo,
Si PPR
Yeah,
Nel yata may tanong ulit.
Okay, 50 Arnel.
Yes. Yes, may clarification about dun sa bequest. Kasi is it possible na mag-donate na ng upright na 10,000 for bequest and ilagay nun siya sa endowment, pero syempre ang condition is the interest will only be distributed or will go back to the district after the death of the donor. Kasi parang nangyayari ngayon, di ba, we wait for the person to die bago mapunta yung 10,000 na minimum contribution. Kung 10,000 yung level 1, is it possible na we give it outright, pero ang condition is yung earnings niya would be distributed upon the death of the donor?
So parang hindi na siya bequest kasi outright na siya eh. So but yung earnings will only be credited upon death. Then lugi, baka parang lugi.
Credit mo na ngayon.
De gawin mo na siyang endowment.
Yeah.
Para ma-credit na kagad. You don't have to wait kasi nandoon na yung pera eh. Yung concept kasi ng bequest, kaya siya to be credited in the future kasi yung pera manggagaling pa sa estate. So it will only be during the time na na-invest na siya, saka siya magkakaroon ng earnings, saka pa lang siya magiging DDF, part of DDF. Ngayon, kung ibibigay na natin yung pera, it's really more of endowment na siya eh. Endowment. Kaya lang, ang endowment, ang minimum is 25,000. Huh?
To set up your own.
To set up your own.
Yes. Pero yung
yung name 25, di ba?
Yes, but there is no minimum.
Kung halimbawa, ang mangyari, kung binigay ko na ngayon yung 10,000, ang mangyari, it goes to endowment fund, world fund.
Pwede you can indicate share. Just as long as you indicate share, it will go back to your district.
Pero walang hindi identified.
Hindi identified. Yeah.
Ayun. So para siyang generic.
Yes. So yun.
Yes, thank you. Yung sa akin lang kasi kanina nabanggit ni Miss Gretchen na parang problem later on kung wala pa lang naiwan yung namatay. So nagkaroon ng bequest pledge pero wala naman palang makukuha dahil wala rin naiwan. So I'm thinking na baka possible lang. That's something we can explore.
Si Arnel is my panyero. So talagang tinitingnan niya kagad yung angulo ng baka malugi tayo dito. Anyway, we have to trust and have faith in our Rotarian. There will be something left for the foundation when the time comes. So I always believe na we will not do this unless we have already discussed this with our family and the family said yes, and they will agree to our wish. Kasi ano to, parang will na we're asking our family, if I die or if we're gone, I want to leave something to our foundation that can serve as a legacy. Na even if I'm not around, it can still help the communities in the form of earnings. Di ba? Ganun yung concept niya. Which I find it very, very, who doesn't want to be remembered forever? Kasi tama ba yun, Gretch? It will be a name, di ba?
Yeah.
A name. So, kung ba ako, I have a name, endowment fund. And then I have a bequest society, level 2, and I designated share. Di ba? Share. So, in the future, this also converts to a name.
Yeah.
Tama ba? So, magkakaroon akong dalawang name, endowment fund.
Yes.
Isang outright, isang bequest.
Yes.
Okay.
Ano pala, So, question again, yun palang bequest, automatic endowment fund pala yun?
In the future, yes.
In the future, yes.
It is an automatic endowment fund
Oh,
pala.
Yes.
Kala ko kasi, yung buong money na $10,000 worth, ipapasok sa whatever you wish for. Hindi pala pwede, endowment fund pala ang labas noon. So, perpetuate din pala ang bequest. Okay. It's a good, no? Hindi ko alam yun.
Okay.
Yung sinabi ni Gretchen kanina, di ba, in 2025, by 2025, 2 billion, 25 million. We're not being asked to raise 2 billion in the form of outright assets.
Yeah.
It also consists of both assets and commitments.
Yes.
So yung commitments aspect, in portion, ito yung bequest. That will only materialize if the person who signed up is already gone. So, pero counted din siya. So, yun nga sana, Gretchen, na gusto kong i-ano natin para we can show our performance every year. Yung column ng commitment, di ba? How much have we delivered in the form of commitments? How much have we delivered in the form of outright? Outright. So parang when we measure if we have been performing, di ba? We can show na ito yung ano natin, naging record natin.
Correct.
Para makip track din ng Rotary Foundation.
May konti pa lang kasi ang bequest is a long term, no?
Long term.
Ang problema nakikita ko doon, what would be the currency exchange by that time?
Dollars.
Ano mangyari? Bahala na. Yeah, so maging 100 to 1. Tapos, ang value mo, for example, 550,000, just an example. Tapos, by that time, may, iba na ang currency exchange. But you still get the credit. Wala ka namang kasalanan doon na nagbago yung currency exchange.
Correct. We do have a Legacy Society member though. He's still alive, pero inano niya na, okay, I will already fulfill my commitment while I'm alive because of that concern.
Yeah.
Pero ano nangyari? What happened, Gretchen? Na-convert naman siya from Legacy to AKS?
Yes.
AKS na siya.
AKS na siya. So, yun.
So, ano na siya, yung Foundation Circle.
So, yun. Parang yung binigay niya sa foundation is $1.2 million. So, even before he passed. So, yun.
So, he started as Legacy and then converted to AKS Foundation Circle.
Yes. Because there is no stopping naman from, you don't have to wait until you pass away, but yun, to make true to that commitment. And the good thing is that it will always be counted towards your outright giving. So, yun.
Okay, mga talaga nagmamahal sa Rotary Foundation. Ayaw magkautang, gusto bayaran na. Hanggang nabubuhay pa.
Kasi nakita niya yung legacy niya.
Gov Lindon, yung mga ganun siguradong sobra-sobra.
Yeah.
Sobra-sobra.
Yeah.
Kasi 1 million, $1 million. So. Okay, any other questions? Si Arnel, nagtaas ba ulit?
Yes, so about dun sa sa endowment fund, tama ba after 3 years na babalik yung interest or the next year meron ka agad?
The next year.
The next year.
Oh,
Next year.
So
meron
yung
ka agad
earnings, makikita na namin next year.
Yeah.
Kung magkano yung
I
naging
see.
expendable earnings niya na makikredit sa district, tama?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Si GovBit, meron din siyang endowment fund. GovBit, di ba? Metro Olongapo.
Yes.
Ano yun? Share ba yun? O
Share.
Share din. Metro Olongapo share. Okay.
Actually,
endowment
I'm
fund.
waiting for the yung performance report, which I haven't received yet. Sa club
Yung
namin.
ni-raise ko yan dun sa team namin. They initially sent the performance report to funds that are named endowed funds, so set up by individuals. So
Okay.
yes, but that
How about
report,
yung pool?
that
Yeah, this
report
one is
is
pool.
still that's being requested already. So yun.
Okay. So we'll just have to wait.
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome po.
Anong average return ba, Gretchen, for the last 2 to 3 years lang? Maabot ba 5% ang Maabot ba 5%? Lampas, average return?
Yung spendable earnings?
Yung earning natin, maabot ba ng 5% or less? Parang naalala ko, yung una naming damit, wala kaming natanggap. Kasi 2019 yata, 2021 yung una naming endowment, parang wala kaming natanggap. Parang masama yata ang stock market noon. I'm not sure.
Dahil ata kasi pooled, kaya wala siyang report. Pero dapat dapat meron. So
kasi
yun.
tinitingnan ko kasi sa DDF share namin kasi doon naka-add sila ng
Spendable earnings.
Oo.
Ang liit man. Wala mang 5%, ewan ko.
Ano talaga?
Ang 3850 meron ding endowment fund share, ano?
Meron. Yung pag-start, I started as EMG. Yun ang una kong project.
Actually, yung one interesting thing is that if you compare the fund performance, even if it was set up during the same year, hindi kasi siya invested in the same companies, in the same organizations. So merong ibang funds that actually have bigger earnings compared to, yes. So yun kasi hindi namin yun hawak, but it's really yung investment managers namin. So
hindi pa average nila ang earnings. Akala ko kasi whatever is invested in the endowment fund, kung magkano kikitain, i-divide na lang nila yon equally sa
pro rata.
So in other words, specific. Kung magkano
siya.
yung pera mo ininvest, kung magkano kita, yun lang ibabalik.
Yes.
Kung saan group ng endowment fund mo nilagay nila, kung anong kinikita doon, yun ang ibibigay sa iyo. So it doesn't mean na pareho lahat kasi
correct.
Depende kung saan nila nilagay yung pera mo.
Correct. Kasi parang napansin ko rin yun na parang bakit merong ibang better performing endowment funds kahit na pareho naman na yung seed fund ay $25,000. Kasi parang naging factor rin when the fund was established. So, syempre, a fund that was established 4 months back or like a year back will have more net earnings than a fund just established like 6 months back. So
I would suggest to TRF na they should not do that. They should like whatever the earnings i-divide proportionate. Medyo fair naman.
Sana ko
na yun.
Kung narito si Jess, yun ang gawin nating assignment niya.
Yeah.
Na sa international, do sa Fund Development Committee, yun ay paglaban niya na it has to be It's simple lang,
Across
di ba?
the board.
Across the board.
Yeah.
Halimbawa, ang kinita 5%, everybody gets 5%.
Yeah.
Total. Ayun,
Mm.
ganun. May tanong si Arnel sa chat, Gretchen, sa chat box. Pero hindi ko masyadong...
Regarding the endowment fund, donor has no option to say when earnings should be returned. No. It will default a year after the endowment fund has. So meron na agad earnings the year after. So the reports usually reflect this, if I'm not mistaken, by October or November. So yun.
Okay, so any other questions? Kung wala na, Gob Marilu, we will end the panel discussion. I was hoping si Gob Jess can catch up. He has another meeting and he promised to catch up kasi he also promised to be with us, alam mo na, to guide us. But I'm sure he's trying his best to be with us. Baka hindi lang talaga pa siya makapasok. Anyway, I'll report to him what happened sa ating meeting, and I'm sure he'll be happy to know that we're just doing fine and everything is according to our plans and working in lahat ng ating expectations are in place. So with that, let me just say thank you very much to all those who attended our first endowment and major gifts service meeting. We will be having this on a monthly basis. It's going to be a regular last or fourth Wednesday of the month. Okay, so i-block nyo na yung calendar nyo, fourth Wednesday of the month, para we can already get reports and we will have more to share to our group. And let's see what will happen next month for the end of July. Ako interested ako sa end of July, end of August. So yung August really is end of July figures ang ating i-discuss. And of course, for updates, yung bawat district, if you can share yung from your district, how many major gifts, how many endowment fund, name, at saka yung World Fund or share or World Fund, directed gifts, and bequest society. Let's see how we can measure up all of these mga achievements natin on a month-to-month basis until we reach the end. Okay, so if there are no more questions, we will now adjourn our first service meeting for the month. So we can still stay for fellowship. Okay.
Thank you, Gob June. Thank you, Gob June and Gretchen, for this very informative meeting. Armed with this added information shared this afternoon, I'm sure we, the members of the EMG group, will be able to do a very good job this year, especially that we are formally organized.
Thank you, Go Marilu, for handling the program. Very done just like a pro. Pag si Go Marilu binigyan ng assignment, talaga nagpe-prepare. By the way, as I have mentioned, yung mga kasama natin will be given assignments. So sana pag dating ng natin, try to secure good internet connection para para during our meeting we can have good kasi online tayo, online. I'm hoping na in the future we can have our face-to-face meeting. Naghahanap lang ako ng dahilan kung paano kayo papupuntahin. Yung mga nasa probinsya, sina Gob Lindon, and si Gob Evet, para mapapunta natin sila sa Manila. Magkakaroon pala ng in the future ng launching or announcement on Philippine Rotary Foundation Incorporated. By the way, ang president ay si Gob Jesnik daw. So in the future, when we can have this gathering or event, all of us will be invited sa launching ng Philippine Rotary. Kaso we cannot do it yet. Hindi pa kasi siya registered sa BIR. Wala pa siya mga mayor's permit. So baka tayo ma-accuse na we're doing this prematurely. So we would like the licenses to come in first. Saka gusto rin natin, bago natin meron na siyang tax exempt status. Para yung whatever, kasi baka magkaroon ng impression yung mga Rotarians na magdo-donate na kagad, hindi pa pala siya tax exempt. So we will fix first those problems. So si Gov Jess ang first president, ako naman ang vice president.
Yeah.
Tapos ang secretary natin ay si Gov Mayan Solomon, ang treasurer si Ray Castillo. Tapos ang other member ng board si Onye Reyes. So yun yung muna yung initial 5 members ng board of trustees until such time that we can elect the new board. Okay, so any other question? Kung wala, pwede na tayo mag-adjourn para as much as possible, we'll just finish in less than 2 hours. 1 hour, 30 minutes to 2 hours ang ating meeting. Ngayon, kung masyado maraming reports na maganda rin yun, ibig sabihin, maganda performance, so medyo magtatagal na konti. Pero kung naman, let's keep it to 1 hour, 30 minutes. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Salamat.
Jonas, group picture. Jonas.
Sige po.
Okay, group picture. 1, 2, big smile.
Sige po.
Yung kay Jonas, mas maganda yung camera.
Sige, smile.
Okay na.
Okay, one more. Check ko lang go ba kung pumasok. Hindi siya tumutunog
Okay.
na yun. One moment. Okay. Pumasok na.
Okay, pasok. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Okay.
Congrats sa 3810. Mukhang 3810
Thank
ang
you.
favorite ngayon.
Champion.
For the month of July. Sila ang
Thank you.
talaga, arangkada. Okay. And then followed by 3800, Go Marilu. Medyo may konti tayo, Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Ay, yung bequest lahat tayo sana lahat tayo sign up tayo for bequest Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah.